Venezuelan dictator Nicolas Maduro and his wife currently being held at a federal detention center in Brooklyn, New York.
Nicolas Maduro went from dictator to detainee, and he's now behind bars where some of the most notorious criminals have once been held, like Sean Diddy Combs and Ghislaine Maxwell.
I have a high degree of confidence he'll ultimately be convicted, and all the legal arguments that have been raised really were raised during the prosecution of Noriega, which was a very parallel situation.
Which you also oversaw.
Right. And I think they will be rejected, and I think he will be convicted, and I think he's looking at sentences similar to, if not bigger than, Noriega's sentence. He's committed far more crimes in my mind than Noriega did, and Noriega got a 40-year sentence, which was reduced to 30, but then he also served time in France and then later in Panama, where he died.
And he could face time behind bars here in the United States as well as possibly abroad as well.
Right. Well, if one of the European leaders is willing to crawl out of their hole and actually indict him, because he was one of the biggest source of illegal drugs going into Europe. And if they indict him, then, as in Noriega's case, we might be willing to give him over once he's convicted here, to serve additional time in prison in a foreign country.
Bring $50 million for information that would lead to his capture.
Yes.
As Trump has shown that American leadership still matters in the Western Hemisphere, removing Maduro dismantles a criminal regime, blocks Chinese expansion, and reasserts U.S. resolve to defend democratic sovereignty close to home. What is the impact here at home? Do you expect fewer drugs to come across the border? And
most of the drugs coming out of Venezuela were going to Europe, not to the United States. You notice in the indictment of Maduro, there's no mention of fentanyl at all. There was cocaine going elsewhere, but it sees Venezuela, particularly with its oil reserves, as being of great significant U.S. national interest. What it means to run Venezuela without having boots on the ground remains to be seen. We have experience running countries. We ran Germany, we ran Japan, we ran Iraq. We've had some mixed results as well, but all of them involved significant U.S. military presence in order to pull that off.